Are you familiar with Alton Brown?
That sounds familiar.
Has had some cooking shows, different things that he did.
Okay.
Saw him live. Evening,
I remember you mentioning this.
An evening with Alton Brown.
Yeah, when we were all together, I remember you mentioning you were going to do this.
So he made some interesting things on stage and had someone come in the other.
Okay.
He made fried rice, but with bugs as the protein.
Interesting.
So
okay.
Like some grasshoppers and even a scorpion in there for good measure. Someone came up and ate it and said it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Even the best chef, I don't know if I would try that.
But the other thing that was crazy was he made trout ice cream.
Wow. All right.
And you definitely saw him put the trout in there. But the other part of it that was fascinating was the way, like, he used like I guess it was CO2. I don't know. I can't remember, the technical stuff, but like basically he was able to flash freeze the ice cream because, they didn't have time to make ice cream on stage. So he had this like contraption that he had built and flash freezed it. But, and it was, this, on wheels, a whole cart thing and this thing. Mm-hmm. So he made that. And the same with the cooking on the wok. He had his giant wok and it just had their old studio lights that are like get really hot. Yeah. Just had a bunch of those just to heat it up under the
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah.
Guess that works. Yeah.
It did. Anyway, just interesting. It's good.
So it was all strange stuff like that. Did he make anything?
Yeah, no, yeah, with that, and then he told some stories and talked about different things.
Okay.
And, I think the theme was 8 things I kind of sort of am pretty sure about when it comes to food. Mm-hmm. That was like the theme of the thing.
Gotcha.
So some of it was just he kind of talk about and then tell a story. And
where was this at?
It was in Lancaster, PA.
Lancaster.
Yeah, it was the theater that he was at. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Y'all do anything else? Is that kind of the main thing?
That was the main thing.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back to Screen Time TV, a podcast where we discuss some of the latest streaming TV shows. But today, Jared.
Yes.
You believe in God? Let's see if he believes in you.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is Josh, and this is my co-host, Jared.
Well, that's very similar along the lines of that. You either have faith or you don't have faith. Otherwise, you're going to just argue about this crap forever. Mm. Very good line.
Yeah, so those are references to the fact that we're going to be discussing Euphoria, Season 3, Episode 1, later in this podcast. But before that, we'll do a little bit of what we've been watching. And before that, it's time for feedback.
Yes, we do have feedback.
So we got feedback-wise. And if you would like to provide some feedback about this or anything else we do, just leave a comment or DM on different social media platforms, or you can email us at feedback@screentimepod.com.
Yes. So we have 2 things to mention. Mm-hmm. First one was about the Lego movie, which just came out. Check out that video. Mm-hmm. This is from Logan Logie. Says the Lego movie really isn't talked about enough. I agree.
Well, we're helping out with that. We talked about it for about an hour.
Trying to bring it back into the consciousness.
Maybe we should mention it more often.
Yeah. The thing is that there's a lot more of those movies. I guess they just weren't as good. I never watched them.
That was the only one that was written and directed by
them, yeah.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yeah.
And thus some of the other ones aren't as strong.
Yeah. All right. Then for when we were talking about the MCU, mm-hmm. we got more about this. This is from I apologize for this one. I'm going to butcher this. Phones Hellion says MCU was trash long before Endgame. That's a hot take. I disagree, but thank you for your comment.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very uncommon
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
I think most people would agree that overall, there's definitely some bad movies in there, but overall,
Yeah.
leading at least up to Endgame, it was pretty strong.
Yeah.
But
we talked about, how much achievement
each
that was.
their own opinion.
Yeah, everyone is. That could have just been, a hot take just to start stuff online. People just want to, maybe that's.
But hey, we appreciate every
thank you.
Every comment.
Yeah. And that's it.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, then let's get into what we've been watching.
Okay.
I don't have a ton of stuff, like 3 things.
All right. I have 2 things. So you want to kick us off?
Yeah. Well, you might have this one. The Boys season 5.
I do have this. This was not counted as my 2, but yeah, we can talk about it. I don't know why I didn't put that. I think I was going to save it, but I think because I didn't think you would have watched it yet. I kind of wanted to talk about it together, but yeah, we can go ahead and.
Yeah, I watched both episodes they released.
Watch the first one.
Yeah. I think this is kicking off as a strong final season of this show.
Yes.
It's always, the show's been all in all, I think, good and above, or like overall been good. There's been some slow spots in some of the seasons, but all in all, it's been a lot of fun. And but I think this is, and I don't know. Homelander is one of the best parts of the show, and just it's so centric around him. And this final season, it seems to be that. It's gonna be I think a good final season.
I think so too. I agree with you. That's pretty much what I thought about it. And I think I don't remember how much we covered, but I remember we talked about the last season on the pod, and I think that was the only season that was not as good, in my opinion. But yeah, the show overall has been really good for the most part, all the way through. And yeah, it was interesting, this being the final season, how it's going to be. And yeah, I agree. Strong start. So I think it's still the same amount of episodes. I don't think it's any longer or shorter, but I have to ask you, like, Homelander has to die at the end of it, right? You think it's going to happen?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that'll give them something interesting to do with the next season of Gen V as well.
Yeah.
And the repercussions of what comes from this, like the getting the virus out and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And they're doing another show as well. I forget what it's called.
But I think it's a prequel.
Yeah, you're right.
With Jensen Ackles, or is that how you say his name?
Soldier Boy. That
plays Soldier Boy.
Which is exciting, yeah.
Because it's called like The Rise of Vought or something like that.
Okay.
I think is what the show's called. So I think it's like, how they became the massive conglomerate that they are in the Boys show. So the earlier days and I guess how he became Soldier Boy probably.
It's awesome. Him as that character is just like another one of the best parts of the show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Homelander both are some of the best, but there's been so many characters in the show that are just like, it's been a lot of great ones. Storm, whatever her name was in the second season, was also one of the best, I think. And Aya Cash, she's awesome. But yeah, let us know out there if you've watched this yet, and if you, how you feel about it. But yeah, I'm glad that it's. How'd you feel about the last season? Because I didn't think it was as good.
I agree.
Okay.
I think it was still. Still. I'm trying to remember because I feel like, because I remember more Gen V season 2, which was more recent.
Yep.
Which was just last year. So I'm trying to remember what happened, but I think I remember it being a little. I feel like it was treading water probably a little bit.
I think so.
Like they kind of, there's only so many times that they can be like, this, especially like this group of people that don't have superpowers that like survive, not die.
Yeah.
They kind of point, I remember which episode that was in, but they kind of make a joke up on that, like, or Huey like mentions like, like, yeah, it's surprising I haven't died by this point. Like kind of like
Very surprising, yeah.
And you're like, yeah,
You got plot armor, but yeah, for sure. In the context of the world, yeah.
So
that's on Amazon.
yes, The Boys season 5, the final season of The Boys on Amazon.
Yep. I hope it ends well.
All right, so what do you got?
So my first one is in theaters right now. So I saw The Drama, which I really wanted to see.
Oh, did you?
Did you see it?
No, I'd like to see it, but I did not go to the theater and see it.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really wanted to see this. And I'll say the synopsis: a happily engaged couple is put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. So this is Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. And I would classify this as a romantic black comedy, which is awesome.
Dark, you mean like dark comedy, romantic dark?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which I mean, I always like that kind of stuff, anyways. So that like mixed in with I mean, I guess you could call it. I guess I should say a rom-com, but it's dark com. I don't know. Anyway,
rom-com with an edge.
there you go. Perfect runtime, also hour 30 minutes,
Okay.
and I really enjoyed it.
All right.
Not only for the main two actors, who are always great in everything, but very interesting premise. And yeah, obviously, since it's centered around something big that kind of happens, hopefully no one has gotten spoiled on it. It's like all over the internet already, which is annoying, but definitely good. You had to go in it with not knowing anything. And I would say the only thing is the ending. No spoilers, but I think they didn't go fully all in on the ending and commit to kind of what it seemed like they were setting up. And I wish they would have. So that's the only thing I was kind of like, but still, really, really great movie and very interesting subject matter too, which I think elevates the movie as well, in my opinion. So,
I see.
well, yeah, I look forward to if you're gonna go see it in theaters.
I don't know.
I mean, you're pretty busy, you'll see. And you're gonna be gone, so
Yeah, I'd like to.
yeah.
We'll see. If
It's
that
doing
happens.
very well from what I've seen, so probably won't come out quite as quick on VOD. So, which is good for the film. I think it's a newer director too, as well.
I don't know.
So, good for them. Yeah.
Nice.
So what else? What else you got?
So we've got Hacks season 4.
Ah, yes.
This is on HBO. So Hacks.
Wait, the final season?
This is also
It's
the final
5.
season of no.
I think it's 5.
Is it 5?
I think so. I'll check. You go
Yeah,
ahead.
you check. But the show Hacks, if you're not familiar, explores a dark mentorship that forms between a Deborah Vance, a legendary Las Vegas comedian, and an entitled outcast 25-year-old. And of course, the lead, Deborah Vance, is played by Jean Smart, the very, very talented Jean Smart.
She is, yeah.
And she's amazing in this. And
Yeah, season 5.
no, it
This was
season 5.
yeah.
Is what we're on that for. So apologies for that. Thanks for the correction.
Yeah, so how do you
I mean, you know,
still strong like it always
yeah,
has
I mean,
been?
it started off pretty, like, it's just one episode so far. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it started out pretty good. And I mean, it's classic Hacks, which I think is great. But
It is, yeah.
but I feel like this show's not quite ever broken through as far as it should have, for as good as it is. But
yeah, it doesn't seem that popular.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate. Yeah,
unfortunate because it's really funny. It's really good.
I'm glad it's still. I'm assuming, it's as much as the creators wanted to do it or get the full story and not get canceled.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Is there anyone new for the final season? I know they throw in like a lot of guests.
Yeah, not so far.
Okay.
Not so far, but we'll see.
Nice.
All right, so what else you got?
My last one is, this came out a couple weeks ago. Just didn't watch it yet until now. Something very bad is going to happen. Did you watch this
I've
yet?
heard of this. I've not watched this. I've
Okay.
heard of this.
All right, this is on Netflix.
Yep.
The synopsis: a certain atmosphere of horror is felt the week before the celebration of an unfortunate wedding. So, is this like the drama? I know.
There's a theme right here.
I didn't even meant for it to be that way, but yeah, that's what I wanted to watch apparently this past week. So this has Camilla Morone is the only actor in this I recognize. She's the main actress. She was in Daisy Jones and the Six, which was an awesome Amazon show. And then the new season of The Night Manager is what you would have seen her in. Because I don't think you watched Daisy Jones.
I did not.
And she's great in both those things, and she's very good in this. There's a lot that she has to do in this, and she is very good. I will say the name of the show is perfect for how you feel watching it, which is very good. They executed on that very well. There is
suspense and tension the whole time.
Yes, very, very much, and very well done. It's there's a sense of dread and unease pretty much the whole time. I would say a lot of it, obviously the performance, but a big part of it is very interesting camera movements and like slow movements as well, but just like, weird ways the camera is moving is a big part of it, making you feel that way also. And have not finished it. I've only watched a couple episodes. But it's I think it's very interesting. I will keep watching it, but it's really cool. You should check it out. I figured you probably will. It seemed like something you were going to check out.
Yeah, I mean, I've have it on the list, but like,
now it's not straight up horror. Maybe it gets there, but it's more of just what you were saying, the tension, dread, unease, all that.
Yeah.
The score is very good in it too. Helps with that as well. So yeah, that's on Netflix. Doing really well also, I think. Pretty high up on the top 10 or whatever they call it on Netflix. Yeah. That's it that I got. Yeah. So
the only other thing I'm going to mention is Euphoria season 1.
Right, you were rewatching it.
I was rewatching this and got through all of season 1.
Hey, okay.
Before season 3.
Yeah, I didn't think you would be able to finish it all.
Nah, that wasn't really the goal. Wasn't to do that. I was just wanted to really. But I did want to mention, because you brought this up last week.
Yes.
I think it was about the cinematography.
Yep.
And so rewatching it was definitely something that was back in my mind. But I think even right after our conversation last week, I was watching a few more episodes of Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Yep.
And just in watching that, I was like, oh, the cinematography in this is better.
Daredevil?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then watching that again, watching season 1 again, and saying like, I think the best way to put it in perspective, I think, is saying Euphoria, for the type of show it is, has, like, I don't know there's ever been a teen drama that looks that good from a cinematography standpoint, but I think there's plenty of other things that look better than Euphoria.
You're right. My statement last week when I asked you about it, was a little, yeah. I was like, one of the best looking shows of all time. So yeah, no, you're right. There is a lot of stuff that's better, but I remember just always being blown away by how the show looks.
And the best thing, another thing I was thinking about was like the only show that maybe came a little bit before it was Riverdale.
Yep.
Riverdale, like really, like they shot with anamorphic lenses, and they actually did more cinematic lighting and was kind of a teen, but they definitely didn't have the budget that Euphoria has, because they were shooting 20 episodes or whatever a season on a lower budget probably than what Euphoria is doing, 8 episodes on, so it still didn't have the polish and quite the level of production that Euphoria is doing. But but there's there's plenty of other things out there that
you're
not that
right.
it's bad. It's not saying it's bad, but
No, I just really wanted you to like take another look at it, just because. Was this your first time ever watching it?
no,
Euphoria?
no.
Okay, I
before.
thought I thought you've seen it before.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing that's interesting is, which we'll talk about in a second, but like, you really don't even need to watch the previous seasons because of how different the show is now.
Yeah.
For the new season, but we'll get into all that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So, but I figured this was a good lead. That's why I put it as my last thing, because it's a good lead into. So let's get into.
Well, real quick, also, any highlights in particular of the first season since you finished it? Because I remember there being some pretty great moments throughout. But yeah, was there anything that was just like stood out at all, like above, like a specific moment or performance?
The performance. I mean, obviously Zendaya is always great performance wise. Some of the other people are good too. Not to say bad, but and I actually don't know the actress name, but the one that kind of plays the little bit heavier.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like her, like she's great in season 1. I don't remember where her story goes after that, if she's even in season 2.
She is in season 2, but not as much.
Yeah, and then
Kat, I think, is her name.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't remember the actress's name, but
but I mean, like, it's definitely, overall, like, it's just because it's a HBO / R-rated versus like what most of these shows also are.
Yeah,
they're able to tackle stuff a little bit, a little bit deeper into some of the darker stuff that teens might be dealing with, and so just makes it a little more interesting from that perspective. I think that
definitely
that subject matter can't quite either tackle at that level or kind of shy away altogether from like the more PG-13 stuff that gets made most of the time for in this category. So
I think, which is unfortunate because he passed away, but I mean, Fez is so good. I mean, he's always been one of my favorite characters in that show. But yeah, I mean, Nate's dad, Jacob Elordi's character, also, which again, another one that passed away.
Yes.
So it sucks, losing those two, but we do get a mention of them in the new episode because I was curious how they were going to address it. So we can all also talk about that too.
Well, I mean, we're already talking about it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if there's anything else season 1.
No, I mean,
okay,
not particularly.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's get into season 3, episode 1. On delay. A few years after high school, Rue's debts finally catch up with her. Hoping to finance her dream wedding, Cassie tries to become internet famous, to disapproval of Nate, who is juggling demands of running Cal's business. So that's our premise.
That's it of the description?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the episode, yeah. Yeah, so, well, speaking to like what you mentioned, like, this thing definitely, at least so far, you could have not seen season 1 or 2 and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'd say probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
except
it's kind of like, well, it's because like, if right now, at least, again, feels like a very different show.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't feel like the same show at all.
Let's say the only thing is certain characters in the development that they've had over the 2 seasons still applies. But overall, like, yeah, you could just jump into season 3. I think there's a lot of factors. How long in between seasons, because it's been 4 years since the last season, which is crazy. But also then, so we had to do a time jump, which I believe in the description, you said a few years. I believe it's 5 years is what Sam Levinson said about it. Or I read it somewhere. I don't know. So, which obviously they had to do because of the time between seasons. But do you like the new feel? Because, I mean, I think it's really cool, kind of like the neo-noir Western, specifically with Rue's story, I guess, having that feel. Because the other stuff doesn't as much. Although it does have a kind of, I guess maybe the look of it too plays into that. It does have a different feel than the...
Yeah, it does have a different feel. Honestly, what it reminded me of was Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
Kind of feel.
Yep.
I think that was kind of, especially like that opening stuff with the Jeep stuck in the dirt and then her trying to get over the wall.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
I think it's a good comparison. Yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Cohen's for sure.
And at least in this episode, but you're right. It's more her, but a little bit of Nate and Cassie stuff too.
Yeah.
Feels a little bit like that. Just, yeah. The other stuff's kind of ancillary and very small in this episode, at least.
Yep.
Because we don't even get a mention. We just get a mention of Jules. We don't even see Jules.
Yeah. Surprising that I'm assuming then we'll get a decent amount of her in the next episode.
Maybe. And then same with Maddie's character. You barely see.
Yeah.
And, also,
I think that's the main ones, right?
What's the other? Yeah, I wrote it down here. Just
you mean the stuff in Hollywood?
That's Maddie. The stuff
Maddie and
what's the other? Yeah, was it Cassie's younger sister?
Cassie's younger sister. Yes. Yeah, I know. I'm blanking her name too. I have most of them all down in my head.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But anyway, like her stuff, because it's really short too. But yeah, and she's kind of in Hollywood from a different.
And Maddie's working for her.
Maddie's a manager.
She's right
managing people.
Yeah,
and she's got a
Lexi is Maud Apatow, which is Cassie's sister. Yeah. Younger sister. Yeah. All that's kind of funny because it's just we don't get too much of that, but
so barely see those two and just barely touch on their thing.
But she says she has a good note that she provides to this really terrible looking show. Forget the name of the show that they're shooting, but and Sharon Stone is in that, which is crazy. I have not seen her in anything in a while.
Right.
That's another addition to this season.
Yes. So one other thing before we get into like what happened this episode, the controversy with the music, which also I think makes us feel like a very different show.
Yes.
So
sure.
I guess we talked about this a few weeks ago where there was like some weird thing where Labyrinth like released some tracks or something. At the time we still were. It was still kind of implied that it was him and Hans Zimmer doing this. It wasn't just Hans Zimmer, but but I guess now that the episode's out, it looks like it's just Hans Zimmer this stuff, and he has nothing to do with it. And there's been some even like mention of that, like right, like he's kind of said, "Well, I was something about being disrespected and something, and not gonna contribute my music to something." So I guess
Labyrinth felt disrespected.
Yeah, so he pulled, I guess, his stuff.
Yeah.
And then must have just released it elsewhere just to.
Okay.
Because he probably can't make money off of it contractually. So he just probably released it.
Right. Yeah. I remember looking into it after you mentioned it to me. And yeah, I don't really know what else about it, like what'll happen, but it's unfortunate because, yeah, you're 100% correct. It is a big part of the show before. His
Big part of the
music was
tone.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a big
Yes.
part of the tone of the show.
But if you're going to have a replacement, pretty crazy to get Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes it feel like there's parts where I was like, oh, this sounds like Interstellar.
Yep.
And I'm like, which is not a bad thing,
Huh.
but feels out of place in this show because it just makes it feel so different tonal.
It does, but I don't think it feels out of place though. Like it still works in this context very well, and I think the score has been amazing. We haven't gotten a whole lot of it yet, but I think it's awesome. But obviously, it's very different than what the tone of the show was before. But to your point, kind of are doing everything different. That's why it's kind of like its own thing. You can just jump into this because there's a time jump. There's so much they had to do. And I'm assuming this is the final season. I don't think they're going to be able to get all these people again to do another season.
I mean, you're probably right,
Yeah.
especially because I have a feeling it's not going to do as well as the previous ones.
Probably,
And then I think probably even the reason this one happened is because they probably were contractually obligated.
Probably, yeah, I imagine.
So that would be the only way if like the contract originally was for 4 seasons instead of 3. Then maybe, because then it's just like, HBO is basically like, well, then why not? Because I'm sure those contracts, even what they get paid for this is probably way less than they would get paid for other things at this point.
Now,
for at least
now.
those 3, the Zendaya, Jacob, and Sydney, like
Yes.
they're all like huge movie stars now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're pulling a lot more for a project like this, but like if the contract is still in place, so like that would be the only reason you'd be like, hey, we still have this, and for this much money we can do another season of some show with these people in it. I mean it's probably why they're even doing this season, right? Like
I think so,
because it's like, well, it's a no-brainer because we can get these 3 people all on the same show for this budget. It's almost dumb not to do it, right? Even if it ends up being a failure from a storytelling standpoint, right? Yeah.
How did you feel about this episode, the story-wise?
I mean, I feel like other than Ruth's plot line, the rest of the stuff is barely touched on. I mean, so it's like really hard. It's like just, I mean, like we just talked about, Lexi and Maddie's, their 2 things, minimal setup for the season. We got basically nothing other than just a line about,
Jules. Well, they mentioned Jules, but then also they mentioned Fez.
They mentioned Fez in prison for
like 30 years. So that's how they
write him out
for that. Yeah.
And so like you're getting very very minor setup for those people, and then even Nate and Cassie's stuff
get a little
bit more, but it
much.
still is some minor setup for that. And then you have Rue stuff, but then the Rue stuff is like, it's like a whole different, like that's a whole different show. Like it's like, hey, this is a crime drama thing or something, it feels like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul than anything, and especially just even that stuff being in the desert and stuff, like there's like so much of it that just kind of makes it feel like that, right? And that's like again,
a little
that's
Scorsese too, I think.
It's not bad, but it feels out of place and feels not right for this world.
Yeah.
And I think it's really gonna, if you like binge watch season, and then we'll see, maybe those course correct. And then the other thing it's hard to see is like how these people are even going to interact, because I mean that's part of at least what worked before was like, these people were all together and
because
stuff.
of high school,
and they were forced to be around each other in high school, even though they're very different worlds.
Yes.
And now it's like, why is she even going to cross paths to Cassie and Nate? Why would she? Why would Rue come across their path?
Yeah, maybe she won't. I don't know, but that would be weird also.
Yeah. So it's So it's a little.
Yeah. I still just this show has always been really entertaining for me.
Yeah.
And I still think this season, even though it's very different, it's still very entertaining. And what I really like was some of the themes they've been hitting on this season, which is very, very interesting, especially for this show that I want to get into when we talk a little bit more about it, because it's kind of more a little later on in the episode. But well, I guess I could mention up top at least, like,
well, I figured I figured we would cover it by
character,
storylines, like, and so, you know, the main one which we can talk about first is Rue.
Yeah,
and of course we already alluded to a little bit, but she basically, you know, been a drug mule for the last couple of years. Once she got
this is the same lady. So this, the same lady from season 2 that she got really embroiled in with. I forget her character's name. She's great. I mean, I remember her from Baskets, but she's been in other things. But it's just her monotone.
Lori.
Yeah, her monotone voice is so good.
Yeah.
It's just funny. It's so great that she's like the very top of this organization, and she talks like that. It's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, we get some different montage stuff of a few of this.
Yeah. I love the thing going. You know, you've already mentioned the over the wall was great.
Yeah, the opening thing was interesting, cool, and then she ends up with the Christian family.
Yes. So that was the first mention, but just overall, like, how much they're
leaning into like faith,
Christianity and faith is like very, very interesting for this show.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, but like, because another thing is, like, some people in the episode have like,
Lexi's response,
say in a negative way.
Lexi's response is like, why would you be friends with a Christian?
Right. They're very judgmental.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately is true.
Yeah.
But then it's like, she's also being judgmental.
Yeah.
But
well, she's also stereotyping.
Yes. But also we get a lot of like actually like positive and like defending the Bible too in a very specific scene, which I thought was great. I mean, even the I think it's when Rue is Ubering, but I mean, there's a lot of shots about like Linger on Church and like Jesus Saves and like, you know,
and Batman.
Yes, I have a note about that. Love that scene. That's so good. Very quick scene. Yeah. He says the city is crumbling and crime is out of control. Yeah, it was great.
But she's listening to the Bible on CD, the audio book of it on CD.
Yes, that's also great.
Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was like I was almost gagging myself watching them swallow the drug things and gagging. Like there was just too much of it.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, okay, this is enough.
it's brutal. Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to mention. Swallowing several balloons of fentanyl using KY jelly.
Don't forget to dip them in water.
Oh, you're right, because you will die if they
they bust open.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been very many close calls with Rue in general with that in the past in the show, but I mean, we already, as soon as she delivers it, I mean, someone already dies from it. But yeah, that was brutal seeing all that, how they had to do that. And the what's the word? The narration from Rue says like that is how fentanyl is moved, which is interesting because I didn't know that's exactly how. Yeah,
at least in the show, which might be true, but it's like claiming like this is how most of it gets in the United States.
Right, yeah. I guess it's too risky any other way to. Yeah. Well, I mean, we see the border. We see them.
You know, I was just thinking about
the border crossing scene.
Like, I've never had to drive in and out of Mexico, right, over the border. But I wonder, is it really that like strict? Because I've driven over the border elsewhere, like going into Canada and back, and it's like they're very just nice and just like, hey, why are you coming in? And you're like, okay,
it's very different.
Have a good trip
because it's Canadian.
But also like, and then when you come back, well, this is her going into the U.S., which coming to the U.S. and like, hey, welcome back, because their passports were U.S. citizens.
Yep.
So but I'm like, but is it because of the drugs? You know, like, is it really that strict, or is this just like the way it is dramatized for TV all the time? Because they do it like this it's like this all the time in TV shows, but in movies. But I've never driven across the border.
I haven't either.
So I'm just curious.
I've been very close to that spot, but no, I don't know. Write in, let us know.
Yeah. What's it really like to drive across the border?
Drive across to the to Mexico,
U.S. border, into Texas.
I mean, the best use of that is in Sicario.
Yeah, well, it's
incredible scene.
Yeah, it is, but like that's very similar
like
to this, like tension.
Worst case in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What else with the Zendaya storyline?
Yeah, let me see in my notes because
she ends up at this.
I kind of wrote him down like as I'm watching the episode, so like not
in bike story.
Yeah.
So I mean, the other thing that she ends up at this guy's house.
This is kind of this is one of the big things. Yeah, this is the other new character, which did not recognize him.
I didn't either.
But
this is where she gets the test of faith, which where my line came from.
Yeah,
where he tries to shoot an apple off her.
Yeah, that's the final scene, right? Yeah,
but again, and what I want to allude to, or I think I said earlier, but Zendaya's performance in this stuff is like so off the chain. Like it
is.
Like I mean, even this stuff when she was in these scenes with this guy and then like that and her reaction after that was like great, and just she's she's not phoning it in on this.
No, there's a reason why. I mean, there's many reasons why, but like why she's in so many things now, and it's one of. I'd say she's pretty high up there as one of the biggest actors right now at this point.
I mean, she's pretty big. Yeah.
Well, it's not. She will be literally being in both Dune and Odyssey this year, and Spider-Man, which is so she's in the 3 biggest movies of this year. Arguably, they'll probably be the 3 biggest movies.
At least,
except for
Doomsday.
Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers. Doomsday.
She's still part of MCU, but I don't think she's going to show up in.
But yeah, she's going to be up there.
Yeah,
she might finally top. What is what's her name? That's in Zoe Saldana. Like she's like in Avatar and then in the Avengers stuff. Like
true.
So she's like up there in like 3 she's in a bunch of the top grossing movies of all time.
Yep.
So.
And then now, I just mentioned the drama is like doing like very well, like pretty good numbers of box office. So yeah, it's she's that good in pretty much everything she's in.
Do we think she's going to start pimping people?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I also love, just to your point of just how much she does. She's such a great actress anyways, but then like even just what she does with her face. Like her facial expressions, and like when she even gets there and sees all like the half naked girl, and she's like, oh, okay. Like she's just like, it's funny.
Well, and because she's in the girls, but
yes.
And then even when she's like helping the one lady with her, getting her bikini on or something, and she's like, complimenting it, and then she's dancing with them, but then like she gets caught and pulled aside with that guy. But
yeah, you're right. Their interaction then
is great,
and she's like, I want to do what you do.
She's like, this is my dream job.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you think he's going to help her get away from Lori?
I think so now that
and because he seems like he's got a little bit more power than Lori really actually does, and then he might even take Lori out, because then the stuff she sold him. It was laced with something else. I can't remember now, because they put the.
Yeah, I don't know, but because the one is it actually the girl that she's
I can't remember.
Helping her bikini on? I don't know if that's the one that died, but
overdose.
Someone from the part. Overdose.
Yeah, and then when they talked about Jules earlier, it did kind of that she was kind of into this world too. Maybe not stripping, but like.
So Jules, I also saw from the trailer, but they mentioned she's essentially like a high-end escort. They call her something else in this episode. Sugar baby, I think is the word they use. But like essentially a high-end escort. That's what it seems from the trailers too. So I'm assuming that's what we'll get next episode.
Right, but I'm saying like that those are at least potential paths to cross, right? For them to cross paths.
Oh,
like
yeah,
if she
I
gets
think
into
so.
this world and pimping
Yeah.
people in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see where that goes.
So I think the only other note I have, we can obviously talk about whatever else, but is the scenes with Rue and Ali when they're at the diner is some of the best scenes in my opinion. There was a whole special episode that literally was just that, which was awesome. But I can't remember how much in season 1 they did that.
Not as much in season 1.
Okay. Yeah,
like
that's what I thought.
They started because she first meets him even like in the middle of season 1. And then, and then
he becomes her sponsor.
And in season 2, there's a lot. I think a lot more if I remember. And then you're right. The special episode, it was like
it's literally all that. Yeah, and Ali Coleman Domingo is also such a great actor in everything. But I love these scenes because it's just them talking about their lives. Obviously, their sobriety, which he's doing and she hardly ever is doing. But like every time, this happens a lot in the special episode even, but like even this one, they always get into like philosophical discussions too. And this is where my quote comes from, but I love that like Rue is trying to pick apart the Bible because she's skeptical, especially the Old Testament. I mean, even what he says about the Old Testament, and because she's like, what about this? What about that? Which a lot of people do, especially with the Old Testament. Ali essentially defends the Bible and, saying so many people take what was said, especially not only the Old Testament, but the New Testament, take it out of context and intent of what was, being put into words. And, it's just like, I don't know. I just really like the scene because what all he was saying about it was is true. Like
it's very true because it happens all the time.
Yes,
and there's different ways, right? Like the context, people take things out of context, but even the context sometimes is like off because of the specific translation because none of it's originally in English anyway.
Yeah, it's not the Greek manuscripts or
the Aramaic or the Hebrew. Like there's different depending which part of the Bible. So even in that context, like sometimes it's like things are off and if you don't understand that, the original, then it kind of is harder to interpret it properly. So, I mean, like all that stuff goes into play. And I think, that things factor in a lot of stuff, in the way people think what it's saying and it's not saying. And so, which is, I don't know. But like that stuff shows up in my reels all the time when I scroll. I get different things like that.
I see them a lot.
And someone was just like, "Oh, that's an interesting perspective on it." Like I don't know if I agree or disagree, but like that's looking at a different way than I'd ever seen it, and it's always interesting. So
it is.
But I think this was a great example of that.
It was, and it's just and even this is when Rue is like, "All right, I'll give it a shot," essentially, and then like, then you're talking about in the car, she's listening to the Bible. But I love how much they're exploring specifically Christianity and faith in this show, where it's like that mixed with like just so much like worldly things that happen in the show and what the show is centered
things
on.
That most people would say that's a sin whether I read the Bible or not.
Right. Yeah. The other thing I like that they said too, I think he says it, or maybe someone else does, but talking about how in general, people that are religious do live happier lives, which is also true.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Fact.
And, of course, the beginning of the episode, we get a little bit of that with the Christian family.
That plays off of the, like the however many step program. What is it?
12-step.
12-step. Yeah. I was trying to remember the number.
Yeah.
12-step program. Because there's one of those there's a higher power or something bigger than me. And that's where the conversation comes from. And
she says she's stuck on 3, which I don't remember what 3 was, but she said that was the one. Maybe that's that one that you're talking about. and that's what gets them started in that conversation. But yeah, just really, really interesting.
And that's
Like I said, visually, like they're doing a lot of shots of it, and when she's driving around too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I think that's going to continue to be a big theme, which, yeah, I think is very cool.
I think it's, I mean, all I had to say about Rue's storyline.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
I think we already talked about basically Mandy, Lisa, and Jules. I mean, there's not much more to say
Maddie.
about Maddie. I said Mandy. Maddie, Lisa, and Jules.
Lisa? Hold on. No,
Yes.
she's the one I keep blanking on. I apologize, everyone watching and listening.
And I've said 3 names.
I know. I get them all. She's the one that I always
Maddie, Jules, and
Lexi.
Why did I say
Lexi
Lisa?
is with Maddie, yeah. But Lexi and Cassie are sisters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Maddie and Lexi are the 2 that are in Hollywood doing their thing.
Different angles, but yeah.
Yes.
And so I guess they could cross paths.
Yeah.
And then Jules, we don't even see. They just mentioned. But I was like, I don't really have anything more to say about them either.
No. But yeah, Nate and Cassie is kind of the last thing.
Yeah, which is still doesn't have a lot to say.
But
okay, but they're together.
Very interesting scenes though.
And they're engaged.
Yep.
And they're living together in fancy big house.
Really crazy house, yep.
Yep. And he's taking over his dad's business, which we find out is kind of struggling, and he's really trying to do this new development for retirement.
Right, because that investor comes.
Yep.
And he's trying to,
and then she wants $40,000 worth of flowers at their wedding, which he's like trying to put his foot down on.
Yeah.
He's like, I can understand, 6,000, but 40,000, which I'm like, yes, you're being it's very reasonable.
Yes, it is. It's insane that's literally like the reason why she's going to do what she's going to do.
So then that's why she's been trying to get famous on, like, they don't say TikTok specifically, do they? Just like online famous. And to make a little bit of money, but
it already seems like she's doing OnlyFans or something else. But
that's what just comes up. Yeah, she was just doing social media, but that's what comes up. But then when she mentions it to who's she friends? Is that somebody we've seen before?
No.
Or just like a new
out character? She's just talking to it. No, I didn't recognize.
I didn't think so either. But she just mentions like, but I could post the same stuff, but then just people would pay for me to be able to say good morning to them or whatever.
Yep.
And feel like they're talking to me directly, which she's probably not wrong.
Yeah.
So like, anyway, so then by the end of the episode, a little bit like Nate even agrees to let her do it. Mm-hmm. He's okay with it as long as she doesn't show her face. I think is what's implied.
Yes, I think
because he's like, I'm trying to be, this, I don't say quote unquote public figure.
Yep.
Like out there building these big developments. I need to be trusted. And I can't be someone recognizing you in this questionable thing that's not porn. Because that was like made mentioned several times. It's misunderstood.
Yes, it's misunderstood. Yeah, which is funny. No, but but then by the end of that dinner scene, she still though has his power over him, where he's like,
he can't say no to her.
Yes. So.
Which is interesting because, which is what kind of you see in season 2, right? Because up until that point, he had control of everything.
Yeah, and he was very controlling with Maddie, which was his main first.
But even like some of the other people that he would interact with, even Jules, when he
Jules, he was like
very
into
blackmailing her. And
well, he's very into her, and then the blackmail. Yeah,
and then that like the guy that made out with Maddie and. Like he just like destroyed him, but he was just very like aggressive and controlling of everything around.
Yep.
And manipulating people and stuff, and then Cassie though, got the upper hand.
Yep.
And she still does.
Yeah. Yeah. All that I just think.
And then she also kind of alludes to, and she's talking to her friend, like she doesn't care what he has to say. She's going to do what she wants anyway.
Yeah. Which she will. But I think that Nate and Cassie specifically, it's going to be very interesting because like, I hope it gets to the point just because it would be very entertaining because it has been before in the show. I hope it just keeps escalating to where it's like Nate gets to where he was like before, like just like crazy aggressive, and like and her, and just like what all happens. I don't know. It's definitely a lot of drama that can happen.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to continue to esculate, and then they're going to both blow up, I imagine, on each other.
Yeah, probably. I guess the question is like, how are they going to cross paths with the other people's?
That's a good, that I don't know.
That's yeah.
I do hope, to your point though, I do hope that all of them do somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
connect.
They should.
That'll make the show better, but I don't know how much they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought about was, from a marketing standpoint for the show, do they make a real OnlyFans?
A real OnlyFans
for the fake person, Cassie, whatever her last name is in the show.
Right. But then it's essentially Sydney Sweeney, who everyone loves. Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think that would be a
crazy marketing thing to do.
Stunt. And make it go live as soon as the episode, whatever I'm assuming she's going to do this like next episode or two for real. And when that happens, like the episode drops, like make it go live. And
that would be insane. They could definitely do that though. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like it's the guerrilla marketing type stuff that blows up. And
well, I mean, you see what all happened just from her doing an ad for American Eagle, so yeah. I mean, she seems to be into that kind of stuff, doing a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of like Ryan Reynolds does, like, right? Like he'll do like all kinds of obscure things in like a marketing standpoint. And she seems to kind of do some of that stuff too. So I wouldn't put it past her to be. Yeah. And she also seems to me, be kind of more, as an actress in general, she seems to be more of like the Marilyn Monroe type as far as how she portrays herself. Not necessarily the acting roles that Marilyn Monroe had, because Marilyn Monroe, from what I've seen, I don't think ever was that great of an actor.
I don't know.
But I don't know. To me, it seems like that's kind of more
what I would say is like, I feel like she's definitely much more business savvy.
True.
Than like it seems, because like she's kind of going that route of like where Reese Witherspoon is, where I don't know if she's got her own production company yet, but she's definitely like producing like half the movie she's in. She's like
Sydney
a
Sweeney?
producer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess she is. Yeah.
Because what was the Housemaid?
Like
she was definitely a producer on that.
And then the one with Glenn Powell, I think she was too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I think, which is, again, why you would be doing those marketing things.
True.
I honestly don't follow her enough to know for sure everything. I just remember the American Eagle thing, but I don't know, but like it's where, some of these people, then they have their own perfume line, they have their own like whatever. You start doing all those things like that. And
yeah, but she, you're right. And she does really lean into it because she even did was it for,
I don't know.
Was it for the soap company or whatever? She did literally her own bathwater too, and there was a whole commercial.
Yes,
and it was like that was the scent of what is that brand?
Yeah,
I know the brand.
Yeah.
But anyways, she does lean into all that a lot.
So
you're right.
That falls more into the business savviness, which I think she is way more than people probably give her credit for.
Yeah, you're right. She did an Old Spice commercial too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done a lot. Yeah, you're right. I just mean more the way she portrays herself at times and the way a lot of people think of her as. So, it'll be interesting. All the storylines, I think, are cool. And like I said, I think the show is still very entertaining.
Entertaining, yes. It feels like it could just be a different show. I think it doesn't. It's very hard for it to be a season 3 of something.
It is, yeah.
But I'll still watch a little bit more and see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch all of it. Yeah, I still really like it.
I think you're a little bit more positive on it than I am.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, to me, like this mostly felt like a lot of setup, and really, other than
it was
other than the performance from Zendaya, like there's nothing in here that I was like, love this.
Yeah.
But but I'll watch more.
Yeah.
Partly because we're covering on here regardless. So
We will, yeah. And I believe there's 8 episodes. And then I was looking because we still don't have a date for House of the Dragon, but like,
I think probably
it's
going to tee up right after this.
I think so, because it's like this ends right at the start of June.
Mm-hmm.
And House of the Dragon said June, but they didn't say a date. So anyway,
right.
Things are going to lead right into that. So
yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
Which is also probably what then we will
cover.
talk about. Yeah.
All right. Well,
HBO,
again,
if you want to sponsor us, since we're talking about your stuff a lot.
Get us some screeners, right?
Yeah, there you go.
That's what you always like. But yeah, so obviously, if you guys have anything you want to comment on what we've said or thoughts we've had or feedback, please do that. You can do that multiple ways. You can email us at feedback@screentimepod.com or just DM or leave a comment on any of the social channels. And if you don't already, please do by liking and subscribing or following us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. All of those are Screen Time Pod. And then if you'd like to follow each of us individually on Instagram, I'm at J Youngbar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right, we'll catch you guys next week.